14.15 and a 14.85. 4 apparatus tonight, 4 apparatus tomorrow night to determine the national champion.
And she actually will do a mount that her idol did. Former Olympian Courtney McCool used that same mount.
What's so amazing about Ivana, she's 14 and she works with incredible maturity. She actually looks as if she's on the floor exercise when she's working on balance beam. But that is really credit to her coach, Armani, who spends so many hours and she really pays attention to the detail of her work.
Speaking on that, Marta Karolyi told me that her husband, Bella Karolyi, said Armani reminds him so much of Marta in her younger years. He said, even the smallest little finger out of place, and it was like, Marta, do it again, do it again.
What the audience doesn't get to see is the number of hours and practices that we get to go to, and they do. They are always perfecting. When they're not up on the balance beam doing the routines, they're on the floor doing the routine before their turn.
This is beautiful. 2 back handsprings into a double pike. Look at the toes, the knees, the extension.
Consistency.
She's sharp. Ivana Hong continues to impress. What does he mean, good thinking?
Well, she just makes good decisions. That's all there is to it.
Chelsea Memel, a 14.6. Ivana Liukin and her father contemplate some sort of a comeback here on night 1. As we continue in San Jose, California, Nastia Liukin will hit the vault and Shawn Johnson will be on the floor. Now, hard to imagine that for all of these young women, a year from today, all of their Olympic fates will have been decided in Beijing. But so much between now and then.
And I tell you, they all tell you that there's more to it than the Olympic Games, but that is what every single one of these young ladies have dreamed about since they first walked into that gym.
Shayla Worley on the vault. Where do you think she's going to fit in, Elfie?
You know, she can fit in beautifully on events like uneven bars and balance beam because I think that's her artistry. An event like this vault, this isn't an extremely difficult vault. I think the Americans have to put up much stronger, much more difficult vaults than this. It's only valued out of a 5.5. Blind landing makes it really difficult to stick.
She knows that this is where she struggles a little bit. She's got some weak form, and you can obviously see the score. If it doesn't get into the 15s, then these gymnasts at this level, they're not going to be happy.
Now, after a aided 14.4 that was upgraded after the appeal from her dad, Nastia Liukin wants to try and catch up to Shawn Johnson here. She's heard all the stuff. She knows what Shawn Johnson is and how Shawn Johnson is challenging her throne.
And, you know, I think that the first vault she did on the hard ground since she's been injured was here on this podium. And the first one she did, it was scary, I got to tell you. And she's way high on the vaulting table.
You know, it's funny. When we first came on the air tonight, we showed a shot from her gym where her father, Valeri, said to her, "You're really high, but what good does it do you?"
Yeah, boys. When you are high on that vaulting table, you cannot get the rebound that you need. She just doesn't get through enough on her round off, and her hands don't contact the table with enough force.
Well, she's had a couple of those today.
And there's no way that you can make it when that happens.
And just like it was on floor exercise, how did she not sit down?
It's amazing. But that is a devastating number for Nastia Liukin.
Wow, and a huge opportunity now for Shawn Johnson to really slam that door that's partially open, wide open.
Well, she herself describes in her own words, "I'm a daredevil with a big smile."
I'll tell you what, this kid is from Central Casting. When the director calls up and says, send me a gymnast who looks like a world champion, this is who comes knocking at the door.
And 5 great tumbling passes, and look at, she's still smiling. That's exhausting.
Her coach right there, Chow, sent Marta Caroli a tape about 3 years ago to look at this young lady. Marta looked at the tape and said, yes, I do believe she's going to be something. She is.
So Shawn Johnson will hold on to her lead as we head to the 4th rotation here in San Jose, California.